Have you ever worried about a job? Have you ever worried about starting a job? Have you ever worried about starting a 2004 Sienna job that the flavor is just so extensive that you're not sure if it's going to be put back together properly or back together the way it should be? I am a little fearful today, guys, I'm not going to lie. I gotta remove these control arms, and in order to remove the control arms, I gotta remove the transmission mount, lift the transmission, get to the bolts, and then same for this side, I gotta take this mount out, lift the motor out, or lift the engine up to get to these bolts. But they are extremely ugly. They have never moved since 2004. I don't know about this one, guys, and you might recognize the car because the car is the one we did the rear springs and rear shocks and rear brake lines to. Yay, it's back, and now I'm married to the car. I already have a wedding band, and now I have another one. Yay. So now that we're involved in the repair, we have to take the dog bone. So now that we're involved in the repair, we have to take the dog mount. So now that we're involved in the repair, we have to take the dog bone engine mount out because we will be lifting up the engine a little bit to remove that control arm. And yeah, so let's bring it back up top and get that control arm hardware out and get that arm out. So now that we are ready to remove the passenger side engine mount, all three nuts are removed here. Nut is removed here. You strike right here with a hammer. We have a piece of wood on top of our screw jack right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift that engine up. See? Just enough. Oh, wait, what else do we gotta do here? Okay. Then the mount's out. Now we can access the lower control arm bolts here, and I just hope they come out. They're ugly. They've been in there for a long time, and they like where they live right now, so we got to evict them. But don't worry, they're going back. They're going to go right back. And now here we have the brand new lower control arm installed. Now guys, big tip, giggity. The biggest tip doing these control arms, there is a sleeve that you have to transfer over from the old control arm to the new one. If you don't put this in, it's going to be a bad time, guys. A real bad time. Now, another tip that I can give you guys is when you put these 21mm bolts in, they won't thread in right away. So sometimes you got to give it a hit with the hammer and then just send it home with the gun. I had to do that with a few of these control arms in the past, and yeah, they wouldn't thread in, and one of the older guys just showed me. He just grabs a freaking hammer, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, 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 no. And he's like, trust me, just let me do it. So he freaking gives it one good hit here, one good hit there, and then freaking just with his impact, threads grab and it goes. I'm like, all right, man, say no more. It works, it works.
So they stole your
very good. So in order to take the ball joint out to get to this nut here, you have to back out the axle a little bit to gain clearance to get the box end of the wrench on there to break that nut free. Giggity. So we got it free. Now we got to get the ball joint out so we could complete this side. or at least we can complete the control arm. We still got to remove the strut and replace it, and we still got to remove and replace the sway bar link. So let's get into it. So we're at the driver's side now. We got the control arm out. We got the brand new ball joint installed. I installed the ball joint now before I installed the control arm because now I have all this room to do it. Unlike the other side, me making a goomba move, install everything, and then struggle with the ball joint. But we got it in though. So I'm still winning, but I still got to get to those struts. And these bolts, they're looking kind of ugly. They're looking kind of flavorful. I'm still a little worried. I'm ahead of the game, but I might take 2 steps back. I don't know. Let's see. So now that I got the cowl out to access the top strut bolts, you see how this strut looks right here? Looks like it's in one piece. Well, it's a real good thing I wrote these struts up because, would you look at that? Let's get in there close, guys. You see how it's starting to separate? Right there? The whole top hat of the strut is starting to separate. The whole top hat of the strut is starting to separate. This customer is really lucky that I got my hands on this car because nobody would have found that. Driver's side control arm installed, torque down. Driver's side strut. Driver's side sway bar link. Passenger side control arm. Passenger side sway bar end link, and passenger side strut assembly. Now, let's get a close-up of the Guggenheim strut. Look at that, guys. It's all separating. That's dangerous. That's what it's supposed to look like. And that's what it looks like. My God. Alright guys, still got a little bit to go, but we're pretty much done here. Gotta do 4-wheel alignment and put the rest together. Until next time, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for further content.